Good evening, and welcome back to the Don't Tell Anyone podcast. This is your insider's guide to the hidden tricks, powerful hacks, and real world advice that music producers keep to themselves. Whether you're just starting out as an artist, producer, songwriter, or musician, this show will definitely help you cut through the noise, build your craft, and navigate the industry with confidence. Every episode delivers the knowledge and inspiration you need to grow faster and make your mark. So, are you ready to unlock your potential? Let's dive in. And our guest today is Winter Kid, who is the melodic house project of Ostap Kolach, a 21-year-old music producer from Ukraine, currently based in Poland. Launched in 2020, Winter Kid draws inspiration from some of the serene beauty of winter landscapes, translating that stillness into a warm, emotive sound that blends melodic house, progressive house, and deep house. Inspired by artists like Lainate, Kaigo, Avicii, Christian Loeffler, and Sultan plus Shepherd, Ostap crafts music that balances introspection with uplifting energy, taking listeners on a journey through the emotional seasons of life. His tracks are marked by vibrant melodies, lush atmospheres, and a subtle cinematic flair. Since its inception, Winter Kid has amassed over 2 million streams across major platforms and earned placements on editorial playlists curated by Enhanced Music, Revealed Recordings, Spin and Records, Electropost, Dutch Records, Kink Records, and more. The project has also found a home on respected labels such as Setting Sail Records, Forever Young Recordings, Sakura, Gahara, and many more. As Winter Kid continues to grow, the project remains rooted in storytelling through sound, creating music that feels both expansive and personal. Winter Kid, welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, welcome. Actually, I'm pretty happy about it, as this is the first time I've ever been in the podcast or an interview, so I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it.
I'm excited to have you two here, man. So the first question comes, it is almost the same for every artist, is about their origins. So I want you to tell me about your origin story. How did you get into making music in the first place? Who inspired you? What were you doing back then? I just want to know everything from the start.
For the start, I would say I've started making music since 10 or 11. If I remember correctly, it was the time when I went to music school. I was learning on piano. I went to the school maybe for 3 years. At this time, I thought it will be definitely my story. Music will be definitely my story, but not classical music. Not that classical music I would love to make, but at the same time, I've listened a lot to ADM music, ADM tracks. So I thought it would be cool to get there. So yeah. Also, I had an influence maybe from my mother and father. They were on church. They were a part of church choir in my village. I'm from a little village near the Polish and Ukrainian border.
Okay.
So it was closer to Europe, and it's close to Europe, and I think that's why I've started to listen more like English tracks, even more than Ukrainian tracks, of course. This actually is beginning of my music journey. And to say it's been maybe 10 or 11 years already since I've started to make music. So yeah, I've worked on first when I started to make music, I've worked on alias like Gold Ocean. Don't ask me how I made this made up with that alias. I thought it just sounds cool, but then I when I started to use Ableton, because before that I used FL Studio 12 and FL Studio 21, but okay. And I thought, what if I just made a new chapter in my story of my music journey? And then I've came up with the winter kit because winter, I was born in the winter, specifically in December. And Kid, it's just because I love to discover everything in music. I love to make some experiments, make some like some cool for, for me, some cool creative decisions back there. And I I'm trying to make some experiments right now, even when I'm a bit more step when I become a bit more established artist as I've been before. So yeah, that's
That
what.
is amazing, bro. I am just truly happy to hear that. Are you feeling good?
Actually, yeah, it's all good. It's all good right now.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you the next question. Do you feel like you have grown into Winter Kid? Like you have grown into that alias, or are you still discovering it? Like, do you feel like you've grown
Um,
into Winter Kid?
I think in my opinion there is still more to discover as we live. We always learn new things. So I'm always open for, as I've tried to be more open for some kind of experiments, I mean, and some new in finding new sounds, new like structures of the tracks, or some kind of it. And yeah, I feel it's still growing on me. It's still growing because I'm still learning new things, meeting new people, shaping new sound, integrating new sounds in in my whole sound, like melodic sound. And I think this road is pretty vast, to say the least. So yeah, I'm still learning and still going.
Hey, man, I've heard your music, and your music is very warm and lush, and those mixes are absolutely amazing. So, like, how do you like approach mixing and mastering to get that really warm and lush and smooth feel inside your tracks?
I think the best part, and for me, the most important part is sound selection. I'm trying to find a good samples, which perfectly fit. Not just sound cool, because it can sound cool in solo, but in context of the whole track it just it did it miss it just miss. And that's why I'm just trying to listen the set for the samples, for the leads, for the melodies. For the is this the same story with melodies? It can be a really cool and just as it is, but in context it just doesn't work. And it must is for me it's most important, in more important than mixing, because I'm trying mixing when even when I'm recording, even when I'm making building an arrangement, and mastering it's just I'm just using maybe which plugin is the God Particle. It's one of my favorite plugins for mastering. It's just it uplifts the sound, even by more like a few decibels. It called the whole track, but I would not say mastering is like that important. So most important for me is just picking up good samples, mixing it up by the mood. Mastering is like a final touch. It's like a chef kiss. So yeah,
That is really amazing. So, like, when did music actually shift from being a hobby to becoming something serious for you?
I think it started to become some serious when I've started to make a collapse. When I've started to send in to labels, when I started to feel, that's when I started to feel my music could be could I be toe to toe with more serious producers. At least when I made music under the alias Colossian, that's what I thought it could be. Back now, I'm listening my old tracks. I started wondering. I was kind of optimist back then. I will say. But now I think it's a now it's pretty serious. Music is pretty serious, especially when I started to pay my bills with it. Because back then, even my relatives said that, "Why are you writing music? Is it profitable or is it, I don't know, like is it working in like is it will be your full-time working? I don't know. I just try to make music. I just try to make music for myself, and I'm glad I did not listen for the I don't did not listen those people who say that music it's not a work. You need to go like I don't know for like some workplace, working on some warehouses. That's where my some of my friends, I would say, works right now. Work right now, and I don't know. It's just work. It just works. It just works for me. I'm trying not to not that think too much about music being serious because I just love making music. I just love my job and my hobby. It could be, music is still like my hobby and but like serious hobby, I would say like serious hobby. So yeah. Anyway, I still think it may be my whole success is just maybe it's a luck, but knowing that I put a lot of effort before and now seeing this growing like mushroom after the rain, I will say. It's inspiring, I will say. Although some part of me will say it is just a luck, but I will not try to think about it too much. So yeah.
Okay. I would want to ask you, like, can you walk us through your production process? How do you usually start a track?
It's it's complicated to say the least, but I will try. Mostly, I will try to I will try to make a melody. Sometimes it starts even before I sit near my laptop and open my DAW. I just could make some chords near my in my house, and maybe literally washing dishes or just cleaning my room, and then some kind of melodies just start banging in my head. I could repeat it again and again and again, and then when this melody is just stuck enough time in my head, I will near sit to my laptop, open my DAW, and just start to shape my melody. Maybe needs some adjustment. But I'll try not to produce it to not to overproduce it. Yeah, and yeah, I will try to pick some chords, some bass line, drums, especially the good kick because a good kick is a good foundation for the track, and the rest is just like little drums, some atmospheres. Oh, by the way, sometimes I could start my track with a good atmosphere sample. This way I could feel I could feel the right mood for the track, and then it's just the rest of the story. So yeah, it's actually different. I have actually different ways to start the track. So I could even start my track from drums. especially again, especially the kick. And then I could add some toms, I could add some shakers, snares, and then I will add synths. And yeah, some tracks I could make for 2 hours. Some tracks I will finish maybe for maybe after after a couple of months. That totally depends. Totally depends on the for the mood of the track. So yeah, that's exactly how I produce my tracks.
That is amazing. My next question is, how do you like handle the pressure to top yourself after your last viral release or big break?
Oh, oh, that's a bit difficult question because I usually don't try. What I've learned from my music journey is I don't need to top myself. Sometimes I just need, mostly, I just need to keep the flow. Because if I would try to top myself after every release I have, it will just be so exhausting that I will not touch a DAW for a while. I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm just trying to be consistent, and that's it. It's not that really hard to. I'm just trying to make tracks that I think fits for me, and not that will be like more perfect than my last release or more hit like the my last like breakthrough release. I just don't really think about it. So yeah, that's it.
Consistency is the key, right?
Yep, exactly, exactly.
I have like also heard a lot of your ambient trap covers on Spotify. So you like take vocals from pretty big songs, pretty popular songs. So like how do you
Yeah.
like make sure they don't get flagged or taken down from streaming platforms?
Actually, as you've seen, I work on it not alone, but with my friends as well. I would say he's more experienced with that as he has a lot of track like that. His track Souvenir, by the way, has 10 million right now as we speak. So how we doing that? It's mostly we take I would say for I would take an example our track Star Swipe as is our my most streaming song. I would say I've got an acapella from original, only acapella by the way, and then we could ask my our some friends to cover it, and then we just name it as a cover from on distributor. We pay some. Actually, Subwell is the did that not me, but he said that that he paid some license fee for it in case there are some of like copyright. Something will not be right with copyright, so we will have kind of defense about it. I will say. What to say? We gave some percent from royalties, so it would work. Actually, we doing on all of tracks, but not all tracks become like ambient remixes. We could start the track like ambient remix, and it ended up like original. So it's just a little remark. So yeah.
So like how do you recommend releasing these tracks? Like would you call them remix? Would you call them reworks or edits or unnamed versions, like completely change the title? Like how do you approach putting these covers? Like what title?
If it's if
Good.
it's not a cover, because if still using, for example, you have your own instrumental, but you still using a cappella from original. So I would say it will be some kind of edits or remix or some edits. I will. You could say on it as remix or edit. I would say, and I think it will not be a mod it will not be a problem for it. Just make sure you will release on YouTube or SoundCloud, even though SoundCloud maybe in some cases that not allow that don't let you upload these types of track of remixes, I mean. So yeah.
Okay. So, for any artists who are willing to get into this niche of making ambient trap remixes or lo-fi, so would you like suggest them to release through labels or they should release it independently?
uh in my opinion, the most important part is to make sure that you don't use any original sample, any sample from original in your instrumental. Only a cappella. If you, and that's if you want to make it a cover, you need to ask some friends, or buy some cover acapellas on your specific track, and you're good. You can make it as a cover and release it as a cover, and you're good. In other situations, you better name it as a remix, and if you make it as an unofficial remix, you can release it on Spotify, you can release it on Deezer, and you can release it on any monetizing sprint stream platform. So I think YouTube or SoundCloud in some cases, and I think that's it.
Okay.
It's the most important part.
Okay. Do you think like these songs are like reimagined versions of those songs rather than remixes or covers? Can you say that?
I would say this is more like reimaginations, as for example, our tracks. We are trying to make a different approach, like a different vibe on some tracks, or even enhance the vibe from original into in our covers. So more like reimagination, I would say. I would name it.
So this niche of like ambient trap and lo-fi, is this niche particularly sustainable long term, or is it more like a stepping stone?
It's it depends. I would say it depends. For some producers, it could be long term sustainable. But I would say, for me, I would say it's just one of way I make music. Sometimes my main genre, I would say it's melodic house, but I just like to make music that's just different when I'm a bit tired from melodic house. And this is kind of way of not restraining myself, but like learning about making different genres. I'm just not getting bored, and I'm just not getting bored of making music or making always the same type of music. So I think personally, for me, it's just a kind of stepping stone, like kind of stepping stone.
So my next question is like, would you ever like license an original vocal, or does that defeat the purpose of this genre?
It's actually, as I've said before, we must we must license a vocal if we want to release it as a cover official, like not that official cover that really that's getting released from differ from original artist, but like our own, we just writing original artists in the credits, and I think for our situation, it does not defeat the purpose of the genre. Rather, I would say it helps. It just helps to keep these tracks on float. So I think it just it rather help us.
What are like some of the mistakes beginners usually make while getting into making these type of covers? I see like many of the tracks get taken down from SoundCloud, from Spotify, because I just want to know like how do they get into this genre so they don't get flagged or
It's a difficult question because situations are different, but I would say I would say for these types of remixes or covers, you just need to different vocal for cover, not from original. If you want, for example, a cover released on streaming platforms, but for YouTube, I think YouTube don't have such a problem. If, of course, if authors would not decide to give you a to send you a copyright strike. So in this case, there's nothing. There's actually nothing you could do because it's like original authors. They uh, they can do with your remix whatever they want. So yeah, but I think it's maybe but I think it's as I've said before, the situations are different. Mostly, what works is just to make a remix a cover, ask your friend or some singer to sing on it, and I think you're good. You have no problem. Maybe and don't actually don't use samples from originals for making remixes, and I think you're good.
I remember one of my experiences. I was trying to make a cover of Zed. Don't. It was the track with Selena Gomez that he had. Don't want you to know. I think so. I was
Yes,
trying to
yeah.
like make a bass house track, and I like took the bass line from it, and I tried to make it complextro. And as soon as I uploaded it on YouTube, it just got taken down, and I could never upload
Oh,
that again.
I had that experience. I think in this case it will be better to maybe to get a cover. I mean, get a vocal from other singer, from from a friend, and we could and you could even release it as a cover on real streaming platforms on Spotify. Anyway, I've seen before that someone that uploaded the track, a remix from a big track, but instead, he just made like maybe thir 3 minute, 3 minutes of silence before the track, before the intro of the track, and and they say it's just SoundCloud doesn't detect this track as a different as a original original track. So I think this method is plausible too. But I don't know. I never tried this method, so I can't say if it works or not.
Okay. My next question is, where do you personally draw the line between inspiration and exploitation?
Uh, when I think when it becomes too similar with an original, I think that's it. I think that's it. When it becomes so similar to original, it lose identity. It start to lose identity. So that's why I've tried to make different approaches to my remixes, to my covers, to my tracks overall. I just don't want to. be. I want to actually. I want to keep my sound. Like that's how people are remembered that that I have my sound. But I'm not trying to copy. Right now, I'm not trying to copy other artists, and I'm not trying to copy much my own sound. So that's why some people when copy their own song, it becomes just the same. It starts to sound the same. So I'll say that.
This is going to be my last question for this niche specifically. Do you think like it's ethical to build an audience using vocals from big songs?
I think for the start, I would say yes, but most important is for the artists. I would say, do you want to keep going with this track? Do you want to keep going with these tracks? If that is good for you, if that is good for you, but he need to answer it honestly, but because for myself. I'm not trying to build my own journey purely on the tracks on these covers. I just discovered them as a way to express myself, not just the main way. So I think in some ways it's ethical, but I should suggest to try to make some original for the start. Yeah, it's a really cool way to build up the audience, but but at some point you need not to build up your audience. You need to keep your audience to to be like consistent in music industry, because I believe music industry loves consistent people. So you need to make sure you have different ways to build and keep your audience. And the best way, I think, it's mixing different genres, different tracks, and yeah, making covers is just one of the ways, but it should not be the main way and only way for building the audience. So yeah.
That's crazy. My next section will be a rapid fire round. So you are going to have to answer instantly and try not to explain yourself unless you really want to. Keep the answers
Okay.
crisp, kind of. Okay. So winter or summer?
Winter. Definitely winter.
Okay. Rainy days or clear skies?
Clear skies. Rainy days is just meh
Yeah, of
to
course.
me.
Alone sessions or collabs?
Collabs. Definitely collabs. By the way, collaborations are the really kickstart is a really big kickstarter in my career. I just love collaborations. Sometimes I could forget for some collaborations, but I still try to make collaborations. So
Okay.
collabs, definitely
Okay.
collabs.
Textures or melodies?
Melodies,
Okay. Instagram reels or full tracks?
full tracks. I just don't love format of Instagram Reels. Although it's
Okay.
working, but it's full tracks.
Okay. An emotional or technical producer?
Emotional producer. Definitely emotional producer.
Okay. Slow builds or instant drops?
50-50. Can it be 50-50? Because I love organic build, but I also want people to discover the job before they could switch up to the next song. So I think I could say it's 50-50.
Sure. Okay. Vinyl or streaming?
Streaming on this one. Streaming.
Okay. Late night sessions or early mornings?
A late night session, as I just night owl type. So late night session.
Okay. Headphones or studio monitors?
Headphones, literally on it, as I have not studio monitors, so headphones.
Okay. One plugin you cannot live without.
Serum, definitely Serum.
Oh, yeah, Serum is amazing.
It's just a one tool I can't live without. I literally have it on the top one of my old plugins because with Serum I had a lot of fun, and I have every song with the Serum, literally every song.
Okay. Coffee, tea, or silence?
I'll prefer tea.
Okay. A song you wish you had produced.
I think it's from the track. It's a soundtrack from Expedition Clair Obscure Expedition 33 Univers Ultima. Godlike soundtrack. I just wish I will be a part of this track. So yeah.
Okay. One artist you would love to collaborate with, no limits.
Ben Bomber. Ben Bomber.
Yeah, Ben Bomer is amazing.
Re- he's a genius. Just melodies. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the industry rewards authenticity or consistency?
Consistency. My answer is consistency,
Okay.
as I've said before. Yeah.
What's one question you wish people would just stop asking you?
It's non-music related, but why do I look like an Italian? Because I don't know, man. I am but I'm not Italian. I'm Ukrainian. Okay.
Okay. What's a non-musical habit you have that you really
Uh,
like doing?
while producing,
While producing, yes, while producing.
it's hard to say. I maybe eating.
What's your favorite way to disconnect from music?
Gaming. I would say gaming. I
Okay.
just love playing games a lot.
What's your favorite one?
A favorite one currently three. First Berserker Hazan, Clay Obscure Expedition 33, definitely, and Sekiro.
Okay. So supposedly, if you weren't making music, then what else would you be doing?
I would try to make an actor career. Again, it's because of my damn games. I just love to watch on voice acting and just an acting in games and some films. So yeah,
Okay.
voice acting maybe.
Amazing, man. Do you think listeners really care about the artist story or just the mood that music gives them?
It depends. New people where they are not in artist audience, they will care more for mood, for specific mood in the song. And fans, when I become fans, they will be care more about artist story. So I would say 50-50.
Okay. What's your favorite way to procrastinate?
Gaming. Again, it's a gaming. Because
Okay.
I could even know feel when time flies when I'm gaming. So yeah,
Okay. A track that you're embarrassed of that you once loved.
it could be my own track or track of someone.
Anybody, could be anything.
My first demos.
Absolutely.
It's just a simple so it's just a relatable story because we are all producers.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I feel you on this one.
Yeah.
Uh, the studio ritual that you cannot explain.
I can't explain it, but I just love for some time to just like doing like this, just relaxing on my chair, maybe even doing like this, and then that's it. And then my tracks are becoming better. Joking, but I feeling great. I will feel great when I write some melodies or
Okay.
some drums or something like this. Yeah,
Best advice that you ignored.
organizing everything. Make sure to organize everything because I am a bit too lazy for organizing my samples, my synths. So sometimes I just need a ton of time to find specific sample, but I'm still not doing it, but because I'm just too lazy. So
Okay.
yeah.
What's the worst advice that you followed?
Oh, this is a hard one. I can't remember of it. I can't remember of it actually.
Okay, no issues. A song that you're currently obsessed with.
Oh, maybe it's again from currently soundtracks from video games, but again, Expedition at the Three Lumiere. I even made a guitar cover on it, on DAW, by the way. So yeah, Expedition to the Three Lumiere.
Okay. Do you think algorithms are shaping your sound more than you'd like to admit?
Uh, sometimes, but also sometimes I'm trying not to think about it because I know this is a right way to restrain yourself from being a truly artist. So I think it's also 50-50.
Okay. Do you ever worry about losing yourself as Winter Kid grows bigger?
Actually, no. Actually, I've always intended to be for this project to be as a growing as a multi-genre, even though it's mostly melodic genres, but it's multi-genre. I've released like synthwave, some kind of synthwave, some R&B track, like R&B trap tracks, a melodic house. I will release if I love it. I will release even produce progressive house track or melodic bass house track. It just depends. It's just based on melodic. If it's based on melodic, I will release it. It's so I'm not afraid of losing myself in this
Great,
project.
man. What's something that listeners would be surprised to know about you?
Oh, it's maybe it's when I finish soundtracks in 1 2 hours. It's and I mean by finishing, it's a full finishing, like mix, like sound selection, mixing, mastering, and in 1 or 2 tracks, it's a ready track, release ready track. One track I've made. My record is maybe 56 minutes when I've finished this track. When I finish the track from the main idea to the release ready track. I think that's I think that's not much about me.
That's
Oh,
crazy, man. How do you feel about your music journey so far?
I feel great actually, because for in 2025 it was so far my most productive year because I've released maybe a 30 40. I've never count my tracks as I just love to releasing it so much. Maybe 30 40 tracks in 2K25 I released, and I feel really great about it, man. This is really cool. This is really cool to not restrain myself and release what I want.
That is really crazy, bro. What excites you most about the future right now?
Actually, I'm not trying to be excited for more for my future. I just wanna be present here right now, as I believe most important in achieving the success is you should love the process. You need to love the process enough to overcome difficult situations, some no difficult circumstances, and I believe it's creed. It's trust the process. That's it. I also believe the future will be good, as I'm a bit of optimist. So, but I'm not trying to think about it too much. Not to be over for not for the sake of not to be overwhelmed a lot for it, as I know there will be hard moments, difficult moments, there will be great moments, but I just need to be here. I just want to be here right now. I just want to be a guy to make music, and that's it.
Amazing, man. What kind of artist do you want to become in the next few years?
I think for the next few years, I would love to give not much, but live acts when I will be more experienced with synths or some type of instruments. Currently, I would love to be just to be just a guy who makes music in his even little but reliable studio, and I think I could not be more happy with that, to be just to be able with my ability to be able to release makes music I want. That's
Okay,
it, I would say.
that is great, man. So now I'm going to give you some sentences and you're going to finish them.
Mhm.
So music is my way of.
Expressing myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lately I've been feeling.
I've been feeling great and a bit exhausted. That's why, and I can give myself a break a bit
Okay.
from the music.
Your music at 3 a.m. feels like.
Blessing and curse, will say, because I will know that that my music at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. will sound like a bit of crap, but okay. But we
Okay.
live in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your sound was a place, it would be.
I would say it will be an art gallery because of different genres and different different pictures and different worlds, I say. So yeah, like an art gallery.
The music industry is.
The music industry is complicated, has a lot of rivals, but at the same time it has full it's full of connections, full of possibilities, opportunities, and I can be more thankful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Success feels like.
I would say success feels like pretty good bonus, because I've never felt that I need to be successful right now. I don't need to be successful to be to be happy. But
Okay.
it feels like a pretty good bonus because my music has gone through so many different ears, I would say. It can reach different countries, and I'm happy for that.
Okay. If your sound had a color, it would be.
It will be a bit white with some blue say, pigments, I would say.
Okay. Your sound smells like.
Something like this.
Like what?
Oh, this is a like a like a snow, surprisingly.
Okay. So if your music was a weather, it would be.
Different times in the one day. When it's in the one day, it will be rainy, it will be snowy, it will be sunny, and this
Okay.
and sometimes
So art is my way of.
relaxing. I would say relax. Yeah, I would say relaxing mostly all day.
Okay. So now is a bit of a difficult segment, fam. I'm going to be speaking to you about Ukraine. So when people outside Ukraine ask how are things there, what's the honest answer you won't usually give?
I will say situation in Ukraine actually is on some parts of Ukraine it's a pretty bad, and on some parts like on west of Ukraine, like I've born when I've born and I grew up, it's not much bad, it's not much dire, but we are trying to find positivity with it, although it's a pretty hard when some Russian rockets are flying over your head. Even though I don't have this experience, even when I'm Ukraine. My friends who lives in center or like south, some of north from north, even some of some live near the east when there are a bit more intense situation. They feel it every time, every day, sadly, because again drones, rockets, no electric sometimes couple of hours. If it's good, if it's good day is with no electricity. Sometimes it's just full day without the electricity, and this is really hard, but we keep up because we have no other way anyway.
That is really devastating, man. Uh, you also like told me that you managed to leave Ukraine, right? So, like, how did you leave Ukraine in the first
Uh,
place?
act- Actually, when when it started on 24 February 24th, 2022. I was managed to leave Ukraine because I was a student. I've started study in Poland in 2020, 2021. And then when we have heard first bombing through news, my teacher and my curator, my previous curator from university said we need to leave as quick as possible, as soon as possible, because I would say, if I remember correctly, the borders are gonna be closed soon, and for some time I was in Poland, maybe 3 or 4 months straight, and then situation was a bit normalized, even if a bit, with borders. I was just a student, and students are were allowed to get across the border, and after that, borders were closed even for students because of different speculations with it from other non-students. And then I was in Ukraine, and that pressure from shellings, from bad news, from it was a stressing. I will not say this is a it was a most very difficult, because I know I remember my friends who were in a much worse place than I am. I was just grateful I was not there, even though I'm I tried to help more, even when I was in Poland, for these months, after first months after February 24, I was in volunteer, but this time I was not I wasn't written. I was wrote any track for the whole year because of impact and this feeling of guilt, of some guilty, and the pressure from the war. I become the volunteer with some of my friends, students friends. And then when it became when the situation becomes a bit normalized, I've came back to the I've came back a bit to the music, but not that much because of again the impact the music. And then when students were not only students, but people who have specifically males who have from 18 to 23, 24, were allowed to cross the border. It was a bit more normalized, and then I was able to leave Ukraine. Sometimes I came, but not leave for forever. I came back. I come back to Ukraine because I'm not living maybe near the east or the center. I'm living exactly near the Polish-Ukrainian border. So it's not a big problem for me to cross the border for a fast. So yeah, but I know some of my friends can't go home because they could live they lived before in places where the most intense battlefields go on, so they just could not go home anymore, and that's actually sadly. But right now, I would say Right now, I would say being in the Poland, I even though being in the Poland right now, I'm still trying to help my people. I when I've started to getting more royalties from my work, I've started to donating more for the Ukrainian forces, and so for some I'm trying to help more for my friends, and I think, and even though there I know there's not sometimes it's not enough, but I'm telling myself that I'm doing everything I could, everything I can in this moment. So yeah.
So, my next question is, what do you wish people listening right now truly understood about life in Ukraine beyond the headlines?
What I will say is people in Ukraine, the situation in Ukraine is not that dire that everybody is crying, everybody is just sad. People are still living their life, even though it's a difficult under bombing Russian bombings, and when again when drones flying over the head. Uh, but people are trying to live because when we're just crying, there's no room for the happiness, for the I will say for the smile, but because happiness is what keeping us together, is what keeping us in shape, and keeping us fighting back again. Because if they will be only sad, we will lose our mind anyway. So I because I've seen some commentaries from foreigners about our situation when our people are dancing, are making some festivals, trying to make some festivals, and they saying we have no war because why we dance? We should cry because we have no war. But it's totally not true because we are trying to live as everyone. Why we could have a bit of happiness in our life when it's already a hard time. When there are already hard times. Why we could allow ourselves to have more happiness in our lives? Why not? Why not that? And that's what I will say. What I would want to say about all of this. We are trying to live even even in hard dark times. We are trying to leave a light on, I would say.
That is really devastating, man. I'm emotional quite myself right now as well.
I understand. It's all okay. It's all okay.
My next question would be like, what does peace and hope mean for you?
Peace and hope when there are no more crying in land, when they're in country, when there are no more bombings, drones, rockets, or deaths. When we are truly feel free from Rush, specifically Russian influence. I will keep noticing that because when we have enabled like this, there is no more, I would say, freedom because they still try. When a neighbor like this will try to invade your country every single time, it's there's will be no peace, no hope, no anything. And that's what I want. There will be no war, but no war in terms that nobody will try to invade our country. Nobody will try to give us some, I will quote unquote, peace deals when everybody just live their own lives and mind their own business. That's what I will say.
With everything that you've been through already, Like, what really keeps you going and what gives you the strength to continue making music when it would be easier to stop?
Actually, music, I've discovered the music is rather relaxing. It just keeps me afloat with expressing myself. When I could just take put put headphones and just try to make some melodies. I forgot even I sometimes I forgot even when in my room doing music. I'm just working on the new track. I just forgot I'm in the earth. Sometimes I'm just in total flow, and I think keeps me working on it, and also it keeps me to work on music because this way I help people. I feel I help people with their own emotions in some way, with their own situation, with their own lives. And as a as a man with a big level of empathy, I could not be more happy with that. And this is, yeah, and that's what keeps me afloat.
You really made me like very emotional right now at this point.
No, bro, sorry, sorry for that. Just
Uh,
telling this what it is.
I understand,
Take
man.
your time. It's okay.
Are you feeling okay right now?
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling better, definitely better than 3 years ago, or 2, 3 years ago. I'm definitely better about this.
Okay. Moving on, what have the last few years taught you about yourself?
That I can do better. That I've started to feel that I have control in my life, because when I've started to get in more royalties, when I that's when I felt that I have a control in my life, because I started to, how do I say that, to shape my life, shape my situation as I want it to be. To I've moving on the on the new apartment, better apartment from the when I lived in the near the university, university room with my friends. Now moved on with my girlfriend to the next to new, better and comfortable apartment, and it's just inspiring to me to make music, make more music, make more art, make to just live. It is just it's just inspiring I've got, how situations I've overcame to be a better person. It's really inspiring to move to keep moving. And yeah.
Yeah, man. What do you want people to understand about you beyond the music?
Sometimes specifically for my producer friends who have a collab with me, that sometimes I could procrastinate, but I just could not make my time all over the music, because it's just impossible. I also have my interests, like gaming, cleaning the room, cleaning my house, definitely cooking, just have some study. I'm still studying, by the way, as I'm just getting my master's degree in Poland. It's the first year of my master's degree. So I'm also pretty busy with that. So yeah, and I think people need to understand that I'm just trying to do what I want, not not what they expect me to do, what they want, and yeah, this is it. It's not a bit complicated, not a big complex answer, but I tried to say.
Okay. Now, what's next for Winter Kid? Whether creatively,
Uh,
personally, what's next for you?
I would say personally, I would not change a thing. I'm just happy. I'm just happy at what I'm doing. But creatively, I guess you need to expect from me more freedom in genres, more freedom in making music. This year, anyway, I've tried to put myself into some genre like melodic house or melodic progressive house or something like this never happened style, like and Deep style. But this year, I'm gonna try to express myself more through different genres. I will try to not restrain myself into some specific genres, and I will just wanna see where it could go, where it will go. It all start. This all start.
This is really amazing, man. Now, my final closing question for this podcast is if there's any one piece of advice that you could give to yourself when you were first starting out, what would that piece of advice be?
I would say do not restrain yourself into a specific community, specific genre, or specific state of mind because you are human. You are human. You are artist, but you are also inhuman. You have emotions. You have different emotions. You have different state when you could not make music at all, where you can make 50 tracks in a year, but you are unique. You have that great ability to express your emotion through music. So use it on the full power. And also, I will suggest take a break more. Take a break more because I was so close in some situations when I could just give up all of it because of frustration, because of maybe exhausting because of burnout. I was too close. I was too close to burnout because I was keep asking myself, what if I am doing enough? Not enough. What if I'm doing not enough? And this is, I guess, one of the biggest mistake I've ever had. Kind of giving up on not giving up on myself, but I would not give myself a break. But right now, I understand that resting is a key in making an consistent long run music career because you also need to know when you need to start, but also when you need to know also great abilities when you need to stop, when you need to take a break, and when you are ready to take a next step in your music career. And that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Take a break and express yourself more, express yourself more. Don't restrain yourself. And yeah,
This was truly a heartfelt conversation, fam, this whole episode. Thank you so much for joining us, Winter Kid.
I'm also thank you for such a great experience. I'm really happy I did we did that. Now I have more experience in podcasts, I guess.
Of course, man, you sure do. And thank you, all of you guys, for listening this podcast. Make sure you give this podcast a 5-star rating if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, and like and share and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, keep grinding, keep producing, keep working hard, and above all, don't tell anyone. Peace.
Peace.